Hello, this is Joe from Nerd in Korea. Today we're looking at budget tutors. So there's actually, you think tutors are very expensive. There's a lot of great tutors that are really very budget. Okay, so first up, what do I mean by budget? I mean $2 and under. I'm not crazy budget. I don't know. I ramble about this too much, but yeah. People who think like $8 is budget card. It's cardboard, okay? $2 is a lot. What is a tutor? Tutors are cards that allow you to get a specific card out of your deck. So again, it's about going into your deck and grabbing something. Budget tutors are often more limited in scope than other spells, or maybe less mana efficient. Again, you're saving money, you're going to pay somewhere, unfortunately. It's usually in mana cost or something like that. Alright, first up, our number 5, analyze the pollen. Search for a basic land unless you collect evidence 8. Okay, so what this does is for 1 green, you can search for a basic land, which is not great, but if you collect evidence 8, and that means exiling cards from your graveyard that equal 8 mana value, right? 8 CMC, converted mana cost 8, and then you get this much better effect. If you collect 8, search for a creature or land. Again, any land. Not limited to basic land, just any land, just go get it, right? I would probably use this for a land, but even being able to find any creature can be very useful too. And for 1 green, you do need a bit in your graveyard. So like turn 1, turn 2, you're not going to be able to use this probably. But if it's like mid-game and this comes up, or you have it in your hand until mid-game, yeah, just go get whatever you want, really. 31 cents. I guess early game, just get the basic land, right? That's worth it. It goes to hand. Bah, anyway. Oh, right, yes. Please hit like and subscribe. I always mean to say this early in the video, and I either just forget or I leave until the very end of the video, when I think probably no one is actually watching, because I'm like, okay, goodbye, have a nice week, blah, blah, blah. Oh, like, subscribe. Like, yeah, that's too late, Joe. That's too late. There's a thumb going into my shoulder. So yeah, I didn't check that, but oh well. Anyway, it is much appreciated. I'm still like kind of learning how to do this, so if you can hit like and subscribe, it really does make a big difference. I really appreciate it. Axgard Armory, 33 cents, okay? So it is a land. That's one nice thing. There's no mana cost because it's a land. Anyway, I have this in my Boros deck. Boros equipment deck, this is great, you know? It does enter tapped and only taps for a white. So kind of 2 downsides there already. But for 1, 2 red and a white, you can sacrifice it. Another kind of downside, I think, but it allows you to search your deck for an equipment card and or an aura card, right? So you can get 2 cards on this 1 tutor, which I think is actually pretty amazing. Especially, it's fairly easy to find aura cards that synergize with equipment, right? Things like All That Glitters, it gives you +1/+1 for your artifacts or equipment. Yeah, you can really make a lot out of that very easily, I think. Anyway, 33 cents is well worth it. If you have some way of getting lands out of your graveyard, then this gets pretty insane pretty quickly, right? You can just keep like playing it from your graveyard and searching up 2 cards every time. For 4, getting 2 cards for 4 on a tutor is actually quite good. Yeah. And War of the Last Alliance. Okay, so We got a Lord of the Rings card in here. So of course it has the ring tempts you. I think the ring tempts you. The first one is just like gives your creature some evasion. I think it's you have to put in a legendary creature and nothing with higher power can block it. I think, is that Skulk? I think that's Skulk, but I could be wrong. Anyway, the first two are search for a legendary creature, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle, right? So this, for 4 mana, 3 and a white, you're going to get 2 tutors again. You're getting double tutors. It is only legendary creatures, but still, it's, I think, very easy to use. I think a lot of decks, even by accident, have 2 legendary creatures. Like, you really don't have to go out of your way to try and get legendary creatures in. But anyway, very, very useful. It is a saga, so you kind of gotta wait on it. And then the last step gives, all of your creatures double strike. Which once again, first strike and regular attack can especially combine with anything else, right? Combined with flying, or especially death touch is my favorite. Death touch, like they don't even get to do damage to you and you've already killed them, you know? Just amazing. Planar Bridge. Okay. Planar Bridge. This one, the downside is the mana cost. Big time. Very steep mana cost. Alright, 151. The market price, again, on TCG Player, you can find one of them. The other ones are like 20 bucks and over. So yeah. You definitely gotta be careful which one you're ordering, but yeah. So it costs 6 to get it to the battlefield. Hopefully you got a way to cheat it in. And then for 8, you can search your library for a permanent card. Again, a permanent card, any permanent card. It doesn't say creature, it doesn't say land, it doesn't say basic land, it doesn't say, just permanent, right? So not instant, not sorcery. You can find pretty much anything else. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Okay, 8 is very expensive, obviously, right? It's a repeatable tutor effect. If you can untap this, you can do this however many times in a turn, right? This is actually pretty incredible. I have a Saheeli the Gifted deck that is really good at making mana for artifacts. I don't have this in that deck. I don't know why. I really should. I guess I don't like winning. But yeah, remember the 8 cost sounds very, very steep, but it is putting the card directly into play. So even if you find a card that has mana value like 5 or 6, what you've done is really like pay for its mana cost, and then, you know, if it's a 6 creature, you paid 2 for the tutor, and then its mana cost, right? The 8 kind of includes the mana cost of the creature because you're cheating it in, basically. So that is just incredible. I think that's amazing. 8 looks terrible, and then you're like, oh, the creature is free, or the permanent is free. And just being able to get anything you want anytime. Okay, anyway, 151. I'm surprised this doesn't get more play. I don't know. Search for Glory. This is one that one of the things I noticed looking at budget cards is that like a lot of the best budget cards are things that do amazing things, but they have a lot of text. I think whenever there's a lot of text, people go, no thanks. Because you've got like, 60 to 100 cards in a deck. So having like just a big bunch of text on one card, that's a added headache you don't need, which I think is fair. But anyway, search your library for, first of all, a snow permanent card, a legendary card, or a saga card and reveal it. Okay, snow, that can be useful if you get a snow permanent you want. A saga, okay, yeah, sagas are nice. A legendary card. This is what really stands out to me. It just says legendary card, right? It doesn't say legendary permanent. It doesn't say legendary creature. It doesn't say legendary, any legendary, right? There's legendary for all kinds of cards. And here it's just any card that is legendary. You can just go get it. That is a lot of punch. You know, it's 2 and a white. That's not bad for a tutor, especially a tutor that isn't in like black or something. That's actually pretty good. And it costs $1.03. This should not be $1.03. It shouldn't, right? Any legendary card is going to be, frankly, if you've got a legendary card in your deck, it's probably something very good, and you're just like getting it right away. Just absolutely crazy, yeah. Well worth the $1.03, that's for sure. Okay, looking at the list now, we've got Analyze the Pollen for 31 cents. I gotta order some of those, yeah. X-Guard Armory for 33 cents. Very underrated. I don't even understand why. I think it's just you're like losing a land, sacrificing a land. People don't want to do that, so they think, oh, maybe that's a bad card. I disagree, respectfully. Word of the Last Alliance, 76 cents. Okay. Planner Bridge, 151. Again, most of these are way more expensive. I found one that was budget, okay? So there's one version that's budget and everything else is like way up there. If you're gonna order this, I'd say order it soon because I doubt that one's gonna stay, but you know, the rest of them are way more expensive, but except this recently printed one. And Search for Glory. Again, Search for Glory to me is the one that stands out. It's just like, why aren't people crazy about this? A white tutor that can find just any legendary card you want. It just fits into so many decks. If you've got snow things you want to find, if you've got a saga you want to find, and any legendary. Crazy, crazy. 103, $1.03. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you later. All right, take it easy.